weeks, a lot of people will be celebrating Purim, where they read the book of Esther, and Esther was there for such a time as this, as it says in the Bible. And I love that story because sometimes saying yes at the right time can make a big difference for a community, and that's what our next storyteller did in Holyoke for the Holyoke Farmers Market. Please welcome to Field Notes, Alexis. He upstaged me. Silva de Jesus.
Growing up, I have a lot of great memories of my mom and dad cooking for me and watching the Food Network channels with my older brothers. We would always sit down and flip through the channels, and we would always find the Food Network channel, and that's the one that we never argued about. And we would all watch these great chefs and all these cultures and communities, and chefs like Andrew Zimmerman and Anthony Bourdain, Guy Ferrer, and I can name a bunch more. But those people inspired me and my brothers to go into the kitchen and make the best ramen and the cheesiest omelets that you can ever think of. With that inspiration, I've always wanted to learn more about the food system in the United States. And when I was in middle school, there was a program called Connections, and they were offering a kitchen after-school program, and I was so excited to tell my mom about it. And when I told my mom, she was really excited for me because she was happy that I wanted to learn about healthy living and cooking. And I remember those after-school days like they were yesterday, and learning about kitchen equity and the fundamentals of the kitchen and the rules. That went a long way for me, and I know all those kids that were in that room with me. And I remember making pizza for the first time and making the dough and putting the sauce on the pizza and the cheese and the garlic and all the fresh ingredients for the first time. That really set something in my heart and my soul to always go and inspire and connect with people, communities. With that program, I always went on to looking for more bigger opportunities. And one moment after I graduated high school, I was given the opportunity to do a leadership summit camp where I met Nane Alejandrez, which is the community leader in Santa Cruz, California. And he has a nonprofit called Barrios Unidos where he does a lot of food equity and social work. And I was invited to Santa Cruz, California by Nane, where I lived with him for 6 months. And in those 6 months, every weekend, we would wake up early, have some scrambled eggs, fried potatoes, and hot sauce with me and his wife, Jenny. And we would get in the van and drive to Trader Joe's, where we would organize all the food that we would have to leave behind and grab all the food that we would bring with us. And we would drive back to the headquarters in Santa Cruz, and we did a food distribution that was beautiful and ran so smoothly. I never seen anything like that, and I wanted to bring that back to my community. So when I came back to Holyoke, I came back with a hunger of finding people doing these type of things, and I connected with my high school, which I graduated from, which was Lighthouse Holyoke, and I'm an alumni from, and I talked to Catherine Gabron and Carlos Pena, and I told them about what I was thinking about doing with my life and my career, and they opened their arms to me, and they told me they had a spot for me at the school. And that year, I started doing AmeriCorps, Thou Self AmeriCorps, and now I'm doing my second term of Thou Self AmeriCorps at the Holyoke High School, where, yeah. As I'm doing my Thou Self AmeriCorps service, a student walks up to me and he asked me if I worked for the food bank and if my last name was Diaz. And I told him, no, I don't work for the food bank, and yes, my last name is Diaz. Why? And he said, well, I just read an article about you on Twitter. And I was like, that's funny, I don't have a Twitter. Can I see it? And he showed me, and I was really in awe because I didn't know that they were gonna put that article out, and nobody told me about it. And when a student told me, it just was like a full circle moment where I realized that I was looking for a leader, and I became the leader in my own community. I guess one more thing I wanted to say is that food became a part of me and is becoming a part of my day-to-day life, and I'll never forget it. Thank you.
Alexis O. Diaz de Jesus.